So thank you for being here. We're going to give a brief introduction about Blue Jobs. And today, for today's webinar, is the second webinar from our webinar series, Blue Skill and Careers. And we are going to talk about how to prepare a cover letter for the marine sectors. This is very relevant because this is your presentation when you are applying for a job. So I see there is a lot of interest on this topic, which is normal. At the moment, there are 70 participants. So thank you for being here. And don't hesitate to ask any question to us to take advantage as much as you can to this webinar. So I'm Patricia Puig. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Blue Jobs. I just co-founded the platform along with Celia Murcia, the original founder and CEO. I started this year with her, but she has been already working for several years in this project, in this Blue Jobs platform. And now we have a new platform, we have new social media strategy, and also this webinar series for you. So we hope to contribute to this community and of Blue Jobs and marine science careers, sustainable blue economy, to help to connect the job seekers with the ones of the job offers and employers. So we are the online platform to find a job in marine science and sustainable blue economy sectors. And at the moment, we are at 12,000 in our LinkedIn. So our community is growing every day. So thank you very much for being there, for following us, for following all our content on marine science career. And also, we have registered in our platform at the moment 4,000, more than 4,000 experts. If you're not there, I encourage you to join our platform and update your CV. It's really important to have the most updated CV in our platform, so we can also connect you with the job hunters. And we have at the moment more than 700 job posts from the beginning. So also, if you have any connection with a company that would like to post a job offer, we encourage you to post in our platform to reach all these professionals in the marine science sector and sustainable blue economy. So here is an overview of the nationalities. So we are a global platform. So we actually have we have people registered, job seekers from all over the world. But the top 5 nationalities are Spain, of course, because our company is based founded in Barcelona, and we have a wide network there. But as well, United Kingdom, Portugal, Italy, and the United States. Our talent pool also is very diverse. So we have junior of 45%, but also we have quite a lot of seniors and graduates as well. We also cover many different sectors from the sustainable blue economy. For example, blue economy itself and climate change, conservation and ecology, coastal management, environmental education, fisheries, consultancy as well, marine policy, research, renewable energy, more these tech, the tech careers. What we offer, so we have a database. So for the job seekers, we have this database available with the latest job opportunities in the marine science, and a very user-friendly platform. We also offer career guidance. If you follow us in social media, so we offer a lot of career guidance through our blogs, for example, through our content in social media. Also reach us if you would like to have further advice, and as well through this webinar series, and also networking opportunities to connect professionals with organizations. In this, our webinar, Blue Skills webinar series, the one of today, we are planning more or less to have one webinar per month. So next webinar, it's going to be on algae industry and open job opportunities. So just follow us, to join the next webinar as well, if you are interested in this sector and find a job opportunity in this sector. Then also we offer these training programs in collaboration with other organizations like Conservation Careers. We have several, and we also offer discounts for doing these training programs. So you can learn how to start a marine conservation career. You can learn on communications, which is very important for conservation projects. You can learn on fundraising, also very relevant. And you can learn on project management and design. So just you can find these trainings in our website in the training tab. So as well, as I mentioned, we have our blogs with a lot of content can give you advices for finding a job and for updating your profile in LinkedIn, in your CV and cover letter. So you can subscribe also to our newsletter also to receive these updates. And for employers, we offer this CV database with all these candidates, potential candidates. We also offer recruitment support, so to find the best candidate for a company or any organization in general. And we also offer through the premium service to show employer branding, so to show the company, even through our webinar series as well, to talk about the organization. So yeah, thank you very much for listening. And I will give the floor to Celia Murcia, who will give us this workshop on the cover letter. But first, we are going to ask you a few questions. And I let Celia to share the screen for the questions. In any case, if you have any questions at the moment, please let me know. If not, we go ahead.
Okay, so I think you can see the screen, right?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so basically we kindly ask you to join at slido.com using the QR code or just the code. Basically, you just learn about us, about Blue Jobs, but we want to hear from you about this topic, the cover letter, no? So basically, let me see. Okay, you are already voting. Perfect. So how much time do you spend in writing your cover letter? And we put it in brackets, be honest, no? So basically between 30 minutes or 1 hour. This is, I use the same cover letter, but adapting to each job application, or you spend less than an hour. Basically, because maybe you elaborate a cover letter completely adapted to the requirements, to the job requirements, so you spend more time than an hour, or maybe just 10 minutes, because you usually use the same cover letter for all the application with small changes. Okay, so okay, so most of you spend like between 30 minutes, 1 hour. You use the same cover letter, but adapted to the to each job application, which is actually really good. Or most of you also spend more than 1 hour elaborating a cover letter from scratch. Okay, so I think we can move to the next question. Sorry, there was another one here, sorry. Do you usually send a cover letter along with your job application? So yes, if you always send the letter with your CV, or not always, only when it's mandatory, or you only prefer to send the CV? What do you think? Okay, so half-half, yes, always, or only when it's mandatory. But it's good that most of you are working on cover letters. Okay, perfect. So just the last question. How did you know Blue Jobs? If you know Blue Jobs before this webinar, sorry, this one. So did you know Blue Jobs before this webinar? Yes, maybe you have been following us for some time on social media, on the website. or no, you don't know much about us, or this is the first time? Okay, no, that is good. Is that good that the 60% of you already know us? Okay, perfect. I think we can start with the presentation. Patricia, I think there is some people waiting, so if you can have a look at that and just accepting people.
Yeah, I'm already accepting them. And there were also some questions in the chat box, but yes, I'm just answering them now, so that's fine.
Okay, perfect. So you can see the presentation, right, Patricia?
Yes, no.
Okay, so basically we just want to give you this webinar in a very practical way. So if you have any questions, let us know through the chat, or later we can just open the mics. You can raise your hand, we can open the mics and just discuss, because this is not like a 100% rule that you need to do this. There are obviously some suggestions that works in some countries, in other countries works different things, no? So we want to give you some best practices and basically things to avoid, no? So basically why we are preparing this webinar, because almost the 80% of the employers prefer to have a cover letter. So basically this is your opportunity to impress the recruiter. So yeah, our main goal with this webinar is to support you in elaborating, crafting an effective and personalized cover letter that make a strong impression on the employers. We have seen that there are, through our experience with the job applications, we have seen common mistakes writing cover letters, so we thought that this could be an interesting webinar. There is also a key point that the cover letter needs to be adapted to the marine science sector. We will see this in a while. And also it's a key tool to find a job. So basically we decided to launch this webinar, and we are happy that we are around 85 people. So this is, and actually I wanted to mention that this is not only for junior. So we have a lot of senior professional that also needs some tips on how to write a cover letter. So what is so important to write an effective cover letter? Basically because you can highlight your qualifications. So you will see your skills and experience related to that job. Will showcase your motivation. So this is something that you cannot do in the CV. So this is why you need to take advantages of the cover letters to show your motivation, but also to reflect your voice and personality. This will give the employer the sense of how you are and your personality and your writing style. So this is why it's very important. Also, just to give you some numbers, the 50% of the hiring managers admit that maybe the CV wasn't really good, but the cover letter was really good. So they decide to have an interview with them. So this is, for example, in the case of recent graduates that don't have much experience, work experience, but in that case, if they write a good cover letter and they show passion and they show their willingness to learn, they could get to the interview. So this is quite important. And in the same way, you may have the best curriculum ever, but if you don't do a good cover letter, you may be rejected from that job. And remember, you only have 1 minute attention from the recruiter. So basically, they receive hiring managers, they receive a lot of applications, and they just have nothing, just 1 minute to revise the whole cover letter, probably your CV, and decide if you pass to the next stage on the recruitment process. So that's why you need to be very, very to the point, to go straight forward to the point. So let's start with a structure of a cover letter. So yeah, introduction. We kind of split the cover letter in 5 different sections. But as I said, this is not the 100% rule. You can adapt it depending on your situation or on the job application. No? So introduction, basically, who are you? And briefly outline why you are interested in the organization. Then main content. So here you need to highlight your qualification and strengths according to the job position. And if possible, add proof of experience. No? So for example, I'm putting here some examples of how you can put proof of experience. Use hyperlinks. So for example, if you have been working on a publication or a report that you are the author or the co-author, you can put the link, the hyperlink in the test. So it will be easier for the recruiter just to quickly see that it is true that you have been contributing to that work. Something that is also really useful is to put a couple of numbers of the clients that you had in the past or previous employers that you have been working with. So with this, you are proving your experience related to your qualification and experience. Then we have one section in the middle that is key information. So provide some key facts related to the job ad. This is very important that you focus on the job specifications that can bring the recruitment attention. So as I was mentioning, for example, this is just one example. So there is, in the left, there is a job description where they mention the qualification and the experience needed. Okay, so they are looking for someone, a consultant with 5 years of experience in research, report writing, also with experience in developing infographics, experience working with these institutions, and experience working with government officials. So this is an example of a cover letter, of a very simple but straightforward cover letter, that you take these bullet points of what is requested and add your experience. So at least 5 years of experience. Okay, then you reply saying how many of experience you have, an example of a report. They are asking for reports, so you can put an example with a hyperlink. So this is a very clear example of how you can write your cover letter. Obviously, this will take more space, so you need to find a compromise between the space of the cover letter and the requirements, but this is a good example of how to show your experience in what is required. Okay, then there is another important part of the cover letter that most of you or most of us forget. So far we have been talking about who we are, what we have done in the past, our experience. So now is the time for you to explain how you can contribute to that company, how you can help them with their challenges, with their problems, how you can contribute to that team in particular. Basically, what is your added value? And this is a very important part of your cover letter because, as I said, usually we forgot about this. And then conclusions. So basically, this is just a recap, why you are motivated for this job. If you can be original, write something that the recruiter will remember, because as I said, they may revise like hundreds of applications. So if you put something that they will remember, it will be really good. It is also recommended to add a call to action that is called. So basically, you can ask for an interview, you can invite them to visit your LinkedIn profile, or doing something like more like showing initiative to go further steps in the evaluation process. And finally, thank the reader, no? Just thank you for your time, and yeah, and looking forward to hearing from you. So this is kind of the structure of a cover letter. Now, how to write a cover letter in the marine field. As I said before, this is quite of an important point because marine science is a very broad field. So there will be people with experience in field work, on the sea, offshore, in the laboratory, in the research, consultancy, teaching, management, communication. So the experience can be quite broadly, but it doesn't mean that it will fit all type of jobs. So this is just an example of a job that actually we posted a few months ago in our platform. We were looking for a freelance marine junior consultant, so basically someone to support on project development. I just want to go with you through the type of job and what was expected. So, for example, we wanted someone to work on different contracts on blue economy and international level. For example, in marine policy, governance, working in a variety of tasks. For example, elaborating policy reports, writing posts for the blog on Blue Jobs, support on writing proposals to get some funds, work on databases, participating in communication events, supporting sales, business development. No? So this was the description of the job. You need to be really pay attention what they offer and what is the job about. No. So basically, we received many of the applications with the cover letters that they were explaining their experience in laboratory, for example. So basically, this is not relevant for this job. If you have experience in the laboratory, you can explain how the skills that you get can help you with this job. Okay, but if you are telling me that you have experience with macroalgae, analyzing some parameters, I don't know, in the laboratory, this is not really relevant for this job, no? It's similar with the field work. You have experience with whale watching or offshore, but as I said, this is not relevant for this kind of job. This kind of job is looking for experience in consultancy, in project management, communication. So those are the key aspects to highlight. No, as I said, maybe you don't have experience because you are a recent graduate and you only had experience in the laboratory. So, but you need to transfer these skills to the sector that we are interested in that case. No. So this is just a very practical example. As I said, you can, for example, if you have been working on research, mostly on research, but you want to have a consultancy work, it is okay because basically research has provided you with background and you have actually the qualities, no? So, for example, you have project management skills, data analysis, teamwork, communications, and soft skills that can be transferred to the consultancy. So don't be afraid to apply for a job in the consultancy world if you only have experience on research, but you need to specify in the cover letter how you are going to apply your skills in these specific sectors. Okay, so now is the time to to try to avoid some common mistakes. So we put it like a don'ts and do's. So starting with the don'ts, the things that you don't need to do. Avoid just listing all your degrees or past jobs because your cover letter is not the same that your CV. So basically, take the opportunity to tell more about you and why you're interested in this job, rather than just listing your experience or the companies that you have been working. Another thing, yeah, this is one example that I was mentioning before. So make sure that you only include in the cover letter the relevant experience for that job. For example, in the case that I was telling you before, that we were looking for a project assistance, more with experience on consultancy. And there was a candidate sending this cover letter highlighting the experience in animal behavior, environmental biology, plant physiology. So these are things that they cannot be applied to the job, our job ad, no? And this happens mostly when you use the same cover letter for the different application. That's why you need to modify this. Okay, another thing to avoid, obviously, cover letters too long. This is something that from the first time that you see is going to be really difficult for someone to read. So try to stick to one-page cover letter. Similarly, for very, very short cover letters, this, for example, this case, you are expressing interest in this position. I'm from X countries and I'm oceanographer. Okay, this is not actually telling you anything about the candidate, no? So try to choose the right amount of information to add. This is another example. Obviously, don't use a different language that the job application. So if the job application is in English, you need to apply in English. If it's in Italian, you need to apply in Italian, unless the job ad indicates that you can apply in different languages. But this case, I don't know, sorry, if it's Greek, but we were looking someone in English. So also keep it professional. Do not share personal details in your cover letters. There are some countries that are quite strict with this, UK, United States. In Europe, we are more flexible about this, but in any case, we don't need your age, your marital status on the cover letter, so please do not add this kind of information. Another thing is the formatting. So please make use a format that is easy to read and has a nice structure, no? And try to be not to be too generic. Try to find out more about the who is publishing this job. So if you can find the name of the hiring manager, that would be great. Otherwise, you can put your hiring manager rather than the typical sentences to whom it may concern. No, this sounds like a very old or weird sentences. So try to find out a bit more about the company. And this is one of the things that we recommend to do. Basically, before writing the cover letter, learn everything you can about that company, about the job, ask questions if this is not clear, so you can actually adapt it, the cover letter, and have more information on the company. This way you are showing them that you have interest and also you pay attention to detail. So in summary, some recommendations that we do is, as I mentioned, adapt the cover letter for each job application. So basically, we always have one template of cover letter, but you really need to adapt, not only to change the name of the companies, but adapt it to each job application, especially if you are applying for a job in different countries or different type of jobs, like offshore or in the office or a remote job is different, no? So try to adapt the cover letter for each job application. Then reply clearly to the requirements of the job. So basically, if there is a list of requirements, you need to reply one by one, proving your experience, no? So make it clear that you have all the experience or most of the experience that they are asking for. Do not repeat information from the CV, because basically if they need to check anything, they will check it on the CV. So use this space to show more who you are and why you are interested. As I said, it's very important that you demonstrate what you can offer rather than what you have done, because that is in the CV. If they want to see in how many countries or how many years of experience you have been working, they will check on the CV. So just trying to use these unique selling points. Then, this is obviously, but demonstrate your experience with clear examples. No, I spent 3 months working on this, and I learned how to do this. No, very clear examples. And then this is very important also, explain why you are interested in this position. No, because you love writing reports, or you love to work with policymakers. I don't know, just try to be original and put the same information in the same cover letter.
C'est ma lettre de motivation qui était bien torchée.
Okay, I think someone has the micro open. If we can just switch off all the
I solved it.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so we move now to the, we wanted to have some time for question and answer, or for you to have your opinion, your suggestions. So we are going to go to final tips now. So when a cover letter should be submitted. So basically only when it's mandatory, of course, you need to submit it. And if it's optional, we recommend you to use this opportunity and write a cover letter. Just don't do it when they ask you for not to submit a cover letter, because basically they are not going to read it and it will be a waste of time. But if they are open on this, we recommend you to submit a cover letter. As I said, we don't need to start from scratch. You can have always a draft cover letter and adapt it, or maybe two types of cover letters, one for field work and another for office work, for example, or one more for research and one more for consultancy, if you are in that position that you are applying to different jobs. Length of the cover letter, this can be discussed. I mean, the general recommendation is to keep it to 1 page. Sometimes they don't ask you for the CV, they only ask you for the cover letter. So in that case, it can be a bit longer. Yeah, but in general, it will be 1 page. Check, this is also important and we usually forgot to do it. Correct any errors in grammar, sentences, spelling. So proofread before submitted. This is just 1 minute, but we usually forgot about this step. Which format? You have hundreds of templates online that you can download for free. So we recommend you to just download or just create by yourself a template with a nice header with your information, or your LinkedIn profile, with the phone, with the email, and have a clean format for the cover letter using some bullet points, as I said. Sometimes you just upload the cover letter to a platform that it doesn't allow you to change the format. So in that case, you can just copy and paste the text. But if you are submitted as a PDF, I will recommend you to use a nice template. Referrals. This is quite important. So if you are applying for a job that you know someone in that company, or some colleague has recommended you this company because they are really good in researching one specific topic, or whatever is important, that you let them know and put it in your cover letter as well. So this will give them also more like, okay, I know that I know someone that is working with this person, so it gives you more confidence, no, on the application. Okay, as I said, include contact details. If they want to contact you, it will be easier just to look at the header rather than look in their CV or the application form. So just add the main contact details in the cover letter. And we also recommend you, if you have a nice and update the LinkedIn profile, just also put it the link. Okay, and this is our final tip. Take advantages of the existing tools. There are many that use artificial intelligence to improve your CV and your cover letter. So just use one of them. You can create it and then through these tools, improve it. So this is something that it is available right now, and it will be silly not to use it because it's a really nice tool. We are just going to put you a video of one of these tools, but as I said, there are many online, so you can choose one of the other. Just going to put the video.
Hello, this is Nathan from ResumeGenius. Thank you to Blue Jobs for having me here today. We're a group of certified professional resume writers and career experts, and our website has tons of free resources to help job seekers from all over the world. One of the things people struggle with most is writing a cover letter. So today I'm going to show you how to use our cover letter builder to create your own cover letter in minutes. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's say there's a job posted on bluejobs.com that I'm interested in applying for, and I need to write a cover letter for it. Let's head to resumegenius.com, go to Builders, and then click on Cover Letter Generator. Hit the Start Now button to enter the cover letter builder. It's going to ask you some yes or no questions here. If you have previous work experience, here's where you enter the details. I'm going to say I worked as a researcher at RG Oceanography Institute and hit Continue. It's also going to ask you how long you worked there. I'm going to say 3 years. Now, for skills, find the industry you're in. I'm choosing associations and nonprofit. After you select your industry, it'll show you a list of skills for you to choose from. When you're done adding your skills, click Continue. Having gaps in your work history is normal, and you can choose whether to explain them or not. If you'd like to, then click Yes, and you'll see a list of reasons you can choose from. If not, just select No and then Continue. Now, let's add some more skills. Choose any that apply to you. I'll go with analytical, problem solving, and research. I think quality-oriented describes me the best. As for how other people would describe me, I think they'd say I'm efficient. Now the builder is asking me what position are you applying for, so it can personalize my cover letter to this specific job. I'm going to copy and paste the job title here from the job post and then hit Continue. Then enter your first and last name. My cover letter is almost ready. I just need to add a few personal details. If you want to include your location, just your city and country are enough. Then put in your phone number and email address so the hiring manager can reach you. Finally, enter the name of the company you're applying to, and if you know the hiring manager's name, you can include that here too. Here you can use the arrows to choose the design you like. If there's anything you want to add or edit, just click Edit. For example, I'm going to replace at your company with the actual company I'm applying to. Take some time to read through your cover letter and review everything. And once you're happy with it, click Save and proceed to download. There's a small fee to download the PDF file. The good thing is you'll get 14 days of unlimited access to pop back in and make more cover letters for different jobs. Plus, it'll also give you access to our resume builder, where you can make your own professional-looking resume from scratch in minutes. And that's it. We've got even more resources for job seekers, including free downloadable templates, expert career tips, and resume writing tips for every job imaginable at resumegenius.com. For Europe, be sure to visit CVGenius.com, where we've got CV and cover letter builders for the UK, France, and Spain, plus tons of other free resources. Thank you, Blue Jobs, once again for having me, and best of luck from the ResumeGenius team.
Okay. So this is, as I said, this is one of the tools that we usually collaborate with, but there are many online. So I think I stop here the presentation. Thank you for listening. And I think we can open, if you use the chat, or we can even open the mic if you raise your hand, for any comments, questions, or any comments that you have, suggestions even that can help to others to find a job and to write a cover letter, it could be great to hear.
Yes, thank you very much, Telia, for these insightful tips on the cover letter. I see some questions in the chat box, so I'm going to go through them. Also, I would like to add from my experience reading cover letters, I think it's important also to add the soft skills, which sometimes are missing. You know, I think they are very relevant. No? For example, communication, leadership, soft skills that are important for the job, the team player, etc. And sometimes for me it's very useful, no? It reminds me when you show this long cover letter, yeah, 1 page I think is enough usually, but a part of that, when you put in bold the keywords, for me it's really easy as a recruiter to read it faster, and to, you know, you can also point the things that you want to get that the recruiter reads, no? So just adding a couple of tips, and then we are going to go through the questions, and you can keep asking, okay, please. There were okay, there's one that Sarah Neville said that for the why you are interested in the organization part, sometimes we are seeking a job in a relatively new, or even one that has little or no info about it. And the only interest you have is that it offers job, especially for new graduates like myself, okay? The question is, should we discard that part, or just talk about how the proposed job is what you are looking for?
Okay, so I think it's Sarah is a recent graduate, no, and are looking for a job. Maybe she found a job that is not really interesting for her, but is the only opportunity that she can find. I would recommend to first, even the job description is not really in detail, I will recommend her to find more information on the website, giving them a call or send them an email asking for the job position to learn more about this job. Obviously, I mean, I will write something on why you want to work in this company. I mean, if you don't want to work and if it's not interesting at all for you, I wouldn't recommend you to apply for this job, no? But I'm sure that you will find something on the website or some projects they are working on that you really like it. So maybe if the job description is not in detail, ask for more information. And this way, also the recruiter will see that you have more interest and more willingness to learn. No, I don't know, Patricia, you have any further recommendation?
I think that's a great tip. So sending an email to ask for more information shows already you have interest. Sometimes maybe they take long to reply if they get many, you know, job applications, etc. But at least you have shown the interest, and also, yeah, look in the website for more details. Maybe the job description is not so much in detail, but you really like that organization, what they are doing, their purpose, so you can focus on that, no? But at least I think you should be motivated somehow to write a motivation letter. You should be a bit motivated. If not, it's very hard. If it's only for in a job because you just graduate, not. Yes, I think you can find a job that really suits, you know, you and your passion. And so let's go to the next question.
It's about Andra, that asking for this structure, the key info. If there is another way to describe the relevant experience, if in the case that they are recent graduate. It is true that this structure is more maybe for a junior or more senior profile where they have experience, past experience. But in any case, if you are applying for a job that is for recent graduates, they are not going to ask you previous work experience. But I'm sure that you have participated or contribute to research in your university, or you have been part of a team building something, or being part of a hackathon, something that you can put in your CV that demonstrate that you have achieved these skills, maybe soft skills as well, communication or management of a team, research or data analysis. So I'm sure that in university you did more than just attending to classes, to lessons. So basically try to focus on that if you don't have further work experience.
Yes, thank you, Celia. I think that's a great advice. And yeah, even though you just recently graduate, for sure, as Celia said, you may have experience in your master thesis or in your graduate thesis, doing some volunteer work, for example, even something that is not related to the field, if you gain skills that they are needed for that job, that could be possible as well. So yes, you just have to reformulate a bit, to show that you are capable for doing the job. And of course, they probably don't expect that you have many years of experience if you're applying for a job for recent graduates, logically. Then the next one, let me see.
Yeah, there was another question about the examples of if we can give some examples. I think we can do something, Patricia. We can provide some examples of cover letter in the different fields of the marine science, and I think we can prepare it and share it with you, so you can download these cover letters and use it. In any case, as I said, there are many tools like ResumeGenius that you can use templates. Obviously, they are not specific to the marine science, but I think we can prepare something and share it with all of you.
Yes, exactly. That was on our to-do list, actually.
Yeah.
Planning to do that anyway, in any case. I think that's really useful. And also, in the meantime, they can use these tools that are available.
Okay, another question, referrals of teacher or people that work with us, but we don't know what they can mention. And Amaral was asking this. I'm not sure if I understood correctly the question, but yeah, referrals are very important, whether you are a recent graduate or you are a senior profile, because this is the only way for them to quickly check basically if that's true, if your CV or cover letter is true. So if you are a recent graduate, you can put ask the permission of your teacher or supervisor, but I would recommend you to add the contact details of this, for example, the supervisor of your thesis, your master thesis, of your degree. I will advise to add it as well. Okay, I don't know if we have
They were
more.
also saying that, some people that like the presentation. Thanks so much for your comments. And also the tool, the AI tool, we actually have this discount code if you want to use. What else?
Yeah, there was one that Marielle never used bullet points in the cover letter, which I understand because that's not the usual procedure. But that's something that I have been on both sides, writing cover letters to get a job and in the other side of recruitment. So for me, clarity is the best. Simplification and clarity. So if I see a cover letter with 3 key bullet points demonstrating the experience that you have for that job, I will totally recommend it. I don't know, but as I said, this is not a fixed rule, but this is based on my experience, I would recommend it. Yeah.
For me also, it's more clear as a recruiter if I see these bullet points, like more simple, the better to read through, no?
Yeah. Another one, it was using the bold, as you say, Patricia, that also can help. It's similar to use bullet points, just to highlight the key aspects in this one page. What else? In a cover letter, should I address what is on the job description, like qualification, skills, knowledge, ability? So obviously, you have a very limited space, so I wouldn't recommend to repeat the information that is in the job description, basically because you are going to run out of space. But just to highlight those skills that they are asking in the job description, so you just use it in your cover letter and describe your experience on that. No?
Great, thanks, Celine.
Okay, I think Sarah replies, and she means that the companies that they don't have website. Yeah, that would be a bit tricky if the company doesn't have a website to look. Yeah, we will recommend to send an email and ask for more information, because actually you need to know also if you really want to work in that position. Even if you are a really junior profile, you need more information to decide if you want to spend your time and efforts in one company or different type of jobs. No?
Yes, exactly. And nowadays there are more and more opportunities. Our field is growing so much.
Exactly.
So you will have more than one to choose when you are looking.
Okay, Anna Marali was asking that she wants to apply for a research center. They have already speak with the person in charge. There aren't any vacancies, but you are trying to send a cover letter and try to arrange a meeting. What do you recommend writing since there are no vacancies at the moment? Okay, so in this case, the research on the company, it's even more important. So firstly, I would recommend two things: research on the companies, on the projects that they are working, look at the social media, what they have done in the past, and also to check what type of jobs they publish in the past. Usually you can find this information in our website, for example, or in LinkedIn. So there is always a record that you can try to find of previous jobs. That will give you an idea of the type of staff that they are looking. And also, for example, if you see that they are working on projects, international projects, for sure they will be looking for a project manager with experience in international projects and with experience on blue economy in general, for example. No, so depending on the type of jobs or type of work they do, you can more or less foresee the jobs that they can have.
Yeah, and there are some organizations that even though they don't have an open position, they store the CVs in their database so they can consider you for future opportunities, particularly consultancy companies. So yeah, I think I encourage to write a message, but yeah, it has to be as much as Celia said, as much specific as possible. No, like sometimes I get these messages that they are very general, or even when by mistake there is the name of another organization because we are sending so much cover letters or letter of interest. So it's really important to do a good research.
Okay, I think we have 5 minutes more. Jennifer was asking about if they should use the same skills words. Sometimes that feels a bit lazy, but using other words maybe not be as clear. It is true that we have seen skills on team building a lot of times. So this is something that in the end, it doesn't mean anything unless you prove it. So I will recommend avoiding the key cliche skills like team building or public communication, oral communication, because actually that's something that if you haven't worked on that or if you haven't been present in a big conference, it's difficult that you have these skills. No, so I will avoid to use these skills unless you can prove that you have them.
Yeah, and as you said before, Celia, if you want to show these skills, then add a sentence that proves the skills. No, so I gained these skills while doing oral presentations for this company in a conferences, for example. No, so and try to be as specific as possible.
Exactly. Okay, Manuela was asking that she can, for example, understand Spanish, but she is not fluent. In which language the cover letter and the CV should be written? So here there are two things. If you are not fluent with the language that is requested, maybe you cannot actually take the job in the future, unless maybe they allow you to work in English. But if so in that case, if they will allow you to work in English, I think it will be a really nice gesture for you to try to write the cover letter and the CV in the Spanish, and then just use artificial intelligence or any type of translator to make sure that this is fine, the translation. But I think it will be a nice gesture to do for the recruitment. I don't know for the company. Patricia, I don't know if you think.
Yes, totally. Yes, thanks for
Okay.
the.
I'm seeing that we have 20 questions. I mean, we can stay for sure. We just wanted to have this, as Patricia mentioned, webinars each month, really practical and really to solve your questions or doubts. But we wanted to keep it like in an hour, more or less, because it's really practical for everyone. And yeah, and we are all busy. And so 1 hour, I think, is the perfect time.
Yes.
But yeah, we can go through a couple of questions more, no, Patricia?
There is 1 minute left, so yeah, maybe we can go for 1 or 2 questions maximum, I will say, because yes, yeah, we are all very busy for sure. Maybe.
But in any case, if you have more questions, write us an email so we can try to. I mean, we can try to sort them by email or just preparing another. You can give us ideas to prepare next webinar. So. Okay, so I'm going to read. Okay, so with someone that has a lot of experience, so is more junior, is more senior, sorry. Sylvia finds difficult to summarize everything in a cover letter. And then usually they are quite long. Basically, in this is the best, this is the best case, no? Because you have a lot of experience and you just need to pick, because all of this experience will appear in your CV. So for the cover letters, you just need to pick what they are asking. So prove what they are asking and prove what is your added value. But I wouldn't recommend you to include everything because it will be too long, and that's repeating the same information that in your CV. Okay. Any other question, Patricia, you can see?
No.
Just the last one.
I think it's fine. Yeah, I think we are on time, so.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, just the last one. Okay, just the last one. How formal should be a cover letter? Or yeah, this is a bit tricky, this question. Or how friendly they can be. Again, I will recommend you to find information on the type of company or entity where they come from. For example, if you are applying to a company that is a startup that is built by young people, you need to write a cover letter a bit more formal. Obviously, you cannot write a cover letter putting to whom it may concern, because this sounds really like a really old style. So if you're applying for a startup or a really young company, you can do it more friendly or formal. But if you are applying for policy institutions like the European Commission, for example, obviously you need to keep this formal style. No? I think that would be my recommendation. Okay, so I think, yeah, I think we can finalize the webinar. Thank you so much for your attention. We will keep you posted on the next webinar. And yeah, I don't know if Patricia wants to say anything else.
Thank you very much, Celia, for all your
Okay.
tips and great advice on how to write a cover letter. And I hope you succeed in your application process. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact us. Follow us in the social media where we give some tips for you. And also we will record the session and add it into our YouTube channel. So I hope to see you in the next webinar next month.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.